Okay, guys. Yeah, gonna do a second video on cameras today. I don't know if it's now or later. We're still on we're on the Canon v Nikon vibe. There's no either or really. You just choose one and you go for one, or you choose a different company, go for that one. Go into a shop, pick a camera out. Yeah, if you want to get off your camera phone and get into camera. So have two cameras here, front like before. These are both Canon. There's a film camera, both of these. Last time we talked about this black one. It's an old film camera. We might talk a bit more about this one. This is a newer one with a flash. Go into the shop. This is lighter. This is heavier. Well, it's got a lens. Well, it might not be lighter. Let's check it. We'll take the lens off. Let the lens come off. We'll see the weight. Not much in it, really. This one's a bit solid. This is more solid, all right? That's a solid one. Okay, so say you go for a solid one, right? And it looks a bit like a digital camera as well now. So we'll keep on this vibe for the moment. We'll do this one another time because I put that rubber thing on. The good thing about Canon, what I like about Canon, Nikon is similar. It's very interchangeable. I took that rubber bit off that back there, off that back here, put it straight onto this camera. Two different camera, and this can probably go on digital camera as well. Same with the lens, straight onto a digital camera. Canon came up with that first, you know what I mean? The EOS lens was before it made it electronic before anyone else. I think this lens, this is autofocus. Hold on, it's run out of battery now. It might have run out of battery actually. Because I left it on. Hold on. Oh no, you can hear. Oh, I can see that. It's quiet. Listen, hear that? That's moving. That's quiet. That's focusing. Can you see this focusing? Look. I don't know if you can hear this. Very quiet. It's Canon. It's electronic. Look. See? That's focusing. Not just that beep. It means it's in focus. I don't like the beep, but you know. See? That's focusing. And then turn it over there. Focus. So this is Canon, alright? Nikon is good, they're all good, but just get a camera and get shooting, you know? With the film camera, you're less likely to be shooting a lot of shit, alright? You've got 36, 24 shots in there, one roll of film. It's not cheap to develop, not cheap to buy unless you do it yourself, like black and white studio. So you want to fucking take a decent photo if you're gonna. There's no film in here at the moment, so I can shoot away a lot. You know, you want to get a decent photo, make up your mind what you want. You can zoom in on this lens. There you go. That would be a good photo there. I might put some film in this if I've got any. Let me have a look. I don't know if I got any film left. You're meant to keep it in the fridge, film, because it's perishable, you know. Film is perishable. Analog. Anyway, I won't put film in there because then I won't be able to show you much about this. So that's autofocus. It's a little switch there, straight onto manual focus, which is this back ring. I think sometimes the front I'm not sure. But that's the zoom, and that's the focus. Right. Autofocus. That's up. That's to test the battery. Got some battery power. L, I think is off. I haven't even got the instructions for this. I'm telling you guys, I got this second hand one. It's in very good condition. So, and it's Canon Japan. I think it should be made in Japan. It might not be. The lens, I think, is made in Taiwan. Again, that was it came free actually with a camera, but that camera's been taken. Well, that's well, I don't know where it is. Anyway, I'm with this camera at the moment. There's no strap on it. You might want to put a strap on. That's up to you. It's a big choice, that actually. That's a subject. That's a whole subject in itself. How you carry your camera. Do you carry it in a bag? Can you carry it in your pocket? Or put it here so you can, you know what I mean? If you're tucking it out. It's a whole big subject in itself, how you carry a camera, whether you have a strap or what have you know. Anyway. Anyway, so say you get yourself a Canon, right? You can get any camera, but this is generic as well. What I'm going to tell you. Okay, this is 20. I'm going to say this 28 to 105, right? What that means is in the 35mm film back, which is this size, right? Which is a full frame, so-called digital, 35mm, and it's 3x2. Okay. Other ones are different, but anyway. I'm gonna shut that door because it's a bit messy in there. Normally I write down what I'm gonna talk about. Normally I write down something that I'm gonna talk about, but so a bit of improvisation is good as well. Where are we? Okay, so that's 28 to 105. What that means is the zoom, okay? Zooms from, I don't know if you can see this, if I do this. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. Right, look. Okay, this is zoom out. There's not much to see there, but look. If I focus on something other than the white. Alright. Let me turn it on, put it on autofocus. It's difficult because it's only right. Okay. Now, okay, let's focus on that bit of door, right? You see that now? I'm zooming in. And that's the zoom. Zoom out to 28. Maybe if I do it on. I'm zooming in. Anyway, it's hard to work. Anyway, you'll have to look for a camera. So anyway, 28 to 105. Basically, what it means is 28 is probably something like this wide screen now. This might be even wider. And then you're zooming in, and it will zoom into like the fast there from this particular angle. Let's work this. Let me see if I can do that. So if I had a digital camera, I could show you right. Yeah, this is wide. Zoom in, and it was zoom in. No, it zoom into that screen size, the 105 from here. Okay. So you can experiment, but it is a good range. It's a good range. It's not a professional range, because professionally, in quotes, you go from 14, 12, even 14, 16, basically. It's 16 to 24. I've mentioned this before, 24 to 70 and 70 to 200. So from 16 to 200. This is 28 to 105. So it's sort of half, okay? But it's all in one lens of that size. If I could show you now, I can bring boxes out of the sizes of the lenses. You're talking one lens for the 16 to 24, big, this size, wide. 24 70. This is all 2.8. It's the aperture. This is wider aperture. Same, big. And then another big one. You're talking the weight of all that and changing it. So there's advantages of this lens. All right. Also, this is macro, which means it goes right down to 0.5 meters. So I can zoom in something on that table there, and that's in focus at that distance. You go from the mark on the back here, there should be a mark. Seems to be, you're talking about from somewhere here. Normally there's a mark. It doesn't seem to be. Here, you're talking from here. So from that distance to here, this here. See that? About this distance from that camera to my finger there. Okay. All right. And that will focus at a 105 zoom. That is good. It's a macro. All right, some other camera you might have to go double the distance for it to be in focus. Okay. So there you go. This is Canon zoom lens EF 28 to 105, and it's saying 1 to 1, 3.5, 4.5. Look at this. This is how you go. You read these numbers when you buy a lens. 1, 3.5, 4.5. Let's do that. There you go. And that's Mark II ultrasonic motor. So there was probably one before this. This is 3.5, 4.5. What that means is 3.5 is the widest aperture and that will be at this 28. It will change gradually over there, and it will be 4.5 at that one. Those professional lenses, there'll be 2.8 the whole range. And that little bit of number makes a massive difference. If you get a big lens, you're working to see. But in daylight, it don't make no difference at all, really. You're talking you don't want a wide open. You want to shut down the aperture, okay? Otherwise, there's going to be too much light coming in. So there you go. Obviously, the 2.8, that can do stuff in the dark. The same with the long lens at a football match, something like that. It's an aperture wide lens, wide open, big lens. That's why they're big. They can do stuff. But now, what's happening with the digital, the phones, they're doing stuff on the computer, on the tech, multiple images all at once. It might not be big lenses, big wide open, but they take multiple images and they stitch them all together in the computer power. And they're trying to take over from the the big heavy shit. You can, excuse my French, you can go to German. You can go to and that computer technology. So like Sony, they're using this computer digital back film, and they're making them sensors with cameras and stuff like this. So yeah, a lot to it, you know what I mean? There's a lot to it. Got some messages. Yeah, so tell me what you think, guys. Are you a Canon? Are you Nikon person, Nikon? Are you Panasonic? Are you Pentax? Whatever. Olympus is similar with Microphones, all sorts, but Minolta, that becomes Sony. Sony took over Minolta and they changed it to normal film. Canon and Nikon are still somehow in the film business, actual film camera. They're optics companies, basically. Then Canon is, Nikon is an optics company. Canon is a bit more consumer optics. So look for an optical company when you choose a camera. That's my advice. Pentax is optics with Ricoh. That's become Ricoh is a very good. I had a compact Ricoh film camera, a very good lens on Ricoh, and they make digital now. So that's a recommendation if you want to get a little digital camera. What else? Canon makes some good little digital cameras. Nikon, they're not some compact ones. Nikon, they dropped out of the compact for a bit. They moved to what they did with Nikon, right? I'll talk about Nikon for a bit now. What Nikon did, they I'll show you something as well. So Nikon and Canon, two different but the same in a way. This Nikon F mount, I don't know if you can see that. Nikon F mount, that's a little old, made in Thailand. Okay, they make the stuff in Thailand and Japan, Thailand. Canon is Japan and Taiwan. Nikon, they made a little factory in China for the 1 series, which is cars are starting again, you know what I mean? They made 1 series, which is a little interchangeable digital camera. It was a first foray into that field. But then they changed the market bigger. They changed for mirrorless. This is mirrorless. That's another issue. Digitalless, they have a mirror, and it's a whole different subject. Anyway, Nikon F-mount. Nikon is an optical company, all right? Japanese optical company. Very good lenses. They're into the lenses, they're into the cameras. But there's recession. People say, oh, will they survive, you know? Canon will survive, but Nikon will survive because there's enthusiasts, you know? And they bring out a camera, say for example, the Nikon DF, right? I have this camera, it's in the shop at the moment. See if I get it back. But it's second hand to try it. Come out about £2,000, $1,500, $2,500 something. I got it for about £900. So now in dollars have come down to about $1,200, $1,300, something like that. You can probably, whatever. Now, so that's quite a lot of money for a camera that doesn't even take video. It's a digital camera that don't take video. Very interesting camera though. The thing is, that come out, I think, about, I'd say 6 or 7 years ago, right? And they haven't even made it Mark II. Every year, companies, they've been bringing out Sony, they'll bring out a Mark II, they bring out a Mark II in the same year of their camera. They want you to upgrade. Nikon, 7 years, they can stay with the same camera and still keep it current. You know? So you've got to think about this. Do you want to get on that? So this is what the boy, the angry photographer for Nikon, he said, do you want to get on that gravy train of Sony, buying Sony every year, the new one, every other, you know, every year to try to upgrade you, yeah? Whereas it used to be Minolta, it was Sony Minolta, and now they're trying to upgrade you all the time. Whereas Nikon, no, they'll bring out a camera and it'll be current and it will stay current. And that will keep, and it'll be quality camera as well. There's very few Nikon cameras not quality. Sony, the quality, but there's money for Sony now. You know, it's like the Plastage and the Sony Plastage, and they are, you know what I mean? The 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 3, they initially made it compatible with 1 and 2, and then instantly they didn't. They made it only compatible with 3. Yeah, so you can't use your old discs in the new, and it's the same size of disc. No, that's not good. Same with Super Audio CD. They did the same thing when they brought Super Audio CD. Sony was on that level. The PlayStation, when it come out, can play Super Audio CD. This is Sony for you. And then they dropped that function. No, you can't even load up CDs. You can't even download CDs onto your hard drive on a Sony, I don't think. I don't know. I'm not even good quality. No, and same with Xbox. Same thing. They change it. So you got to watch out for this stuff. So that's where you're with Canon and Nikon. They've got like a program, all right? And the people, and same with Fuji, this sort of thing. Olympus, Panasonic as well, I think, pretty much. Panasonic. Anyway, they're making cameras. The engineers in the company and the designers, they're making cameras that they want to use. And okay, Sony people, they might want to use it as well, all right? But they're ripping off the consumer somehow, to me, to Sony, because they're just redoing it all the time. Whereas I think it's difficult to get Sony if you want. I'm not gonna, if you've got a Sony, I'm not gonna diss you. It's up to you. But really, you want to be hiring Sony. I think you can buy a Nikon and a Canon, and now look at this Canon. Right, this is this camera. Look at the condition of this camera. Right, look at that condition. this camera I don't know who's had it before me, how much it's been used. I've had it quite a long time. I haven't taken many photos, been out of it, but I'll tell you how old this is, right? The condition of this, right? Solid, yeah, and you could use that, and even if it was being used night and day, it would still be working, yeah? Right? The age of this camera in this pretty much brand new condition, I reckon, nearly 40 years old. This is 35, a minimum, I think 35 years old, this camera. 35 years old. Okay, still rocking. How many Sony digital cameras are going to be rocking in 35 years? They're going to be in a landfill, all right? This isn't in a landfill. So, I mean, this is fucking rocking and still working. You can take a professional photo with this. You know, this any day of the week, take a professional photo. You have someone come in, you have lighting. Someone come in this house now, and you could take. Give me a film. Take a professional photo. Sony digital camera, you still will take a professional photo in 35 years, but will you have the disc? They change the disc all the time. First it was, they have their own proprietary disc. Sony is good. They make with Zeiss lens and stuff, but I don't know what to make of this. It's very tricky. You've got to get in a shot, or see, the thing is, you might have grown up with Sony, then stick with it. Maybe stick with it, because it's muscle memory as well. That's the thing, muscle memory, you know, but I mean, you can tap this with your eyes shut if you get used to it, you know. Oh, what's going on? You just say that. No, it's not. No, let's see. Why is that then? Really, you do. The thing is, a viewfinder is nice. You see, that's the whole beauty of a camera as well. And you're holding it when you're with a viewfinder, you're solid. You're keeping that still, right? Whereas with you're chimping or whatever they call it, it's more likely to wobble with your digital. If you've got your viewfinder here, you keep that solid and keep the shutter speed down if you wish. That's a vibration, all right? That's the downside with this sort of system. Mirror slapping like a vibration. They do that. They can change that. You have mirror up and damping. This is another story. So yeah, there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? We're not talk about this one, right? This is more modern. It's lighter, right? And the fact is, if that dropped, not on the floor, it would probably break. That one, not so much. Right? Let's switch this over. Let's put this down. I shouldn't. You can do it. You can do it with one hand, really. I won't drop it. Try not to. Probably will now. See, it's slippy camera as well. Do this. You can do this on the fly, right? You should be able to without dropping stuff. So get the red dots together. Clip that in. And then put the cover back on that. There we go. So cover that one up. So that's the solid one. Now let's switch that off. The rubber, rubber strut on here. Now this has got diopter thing in here. This is to do with eyesight. Turn this on. Let's look. See if this is going to be to my level. I need to change this diopter or not. See, I'll get that in focus. Let's get this in focus. This in focus. I'm going to change diopter, which is to do with the eyesight. Do that manually. Should be okay like that. I think that's about right for me. But then if I put this on, I don't know if it change. It's the other thing. Them cars are starting to annoy me again. What are they? They're not allowed. They're not meant to be driving. You know what I mean? They're not all key workers. Anyway. Oh, what's going on? Cars are a fucking pain. See, this is a bit more tricky. This one. It's not as simple as the other one. Let's have a look. Let's see if that's still a button. Should be okay. Anyway. Okay, so there's information on the back of this one. There wasn't that. There's like a screen on the back there. You can see that different numbers and stuff, which I don't know if I explain that now. But anyway, that's different. You got different, more stuff on the top there than the other one. There's a lot more to it. There's this flash pop up, top, see, flash, which opens up a lot of doors if you want. It doesn't. So flash, people can see your top photo, but you can take photos in the dark. You know, it won't focus otherwise so quickly. Okay, don't need flash. Yeah, so you know, this is good camera as well. You know, and you see it's a bit. The mirror is less slappy. Maybe it's lighter. You know, it's might not be a different mirror system. It's not a. But it's slippy. This slip out your hand. You probably might want this on the strap because it's slippy. Right, can drop. Don't want to drop a camera. Right, break the lens, anything. So yeah. Again, this I think. How much did this cost me? This was second hand, brand new condition. I don't even know if it was new second hand sort of thing. At the bottom of that. Clean as a whistle, really. That's a little battery pack in there. Little battery pack that just open up like that. Little, a couple of batteries in there, a couple of them, and they just pop out. Back in, simple. You can buy them in. Put that in the right way. No, I might put that in the wrong way. Typical. You can buy them in, yeah, that's it. You know, the chemist, whatever. And that's something as well. People don't remember this. When they go out with a digital camera, they go on a trial or whatever, might run out of juice. Yeah, then what? This won't be running out of juice very quickly. You know, and if it does, you can just buy a couple of new little batteries, stick them in and start kind of a couple of them in your pocket. You're not talking mega chargers and all the rest of it. Lap to it all, you know. Anyway, I think we're done now. We're coming up to half an hour. So get shooting, guys, you know. Get shooting. Nice sunny day, but obviously you have the golden hour, right? Which the golden hour between turn this off. You know, sunset and sunrise, them hours. That's when you get the beautiful natural light. You can go out shooting them with your camera or your phone even. It's up to you. Do it. Okay guys, bye.